Hi everyone, today I'm going to be making a birthday card for my brother. So I've gathered up a few of the things that I'm going to be starting with today. So I'm starting with the Lovable Legends stamp set from Fawn, and today I'm going to be using the Kraken. And I love this stamp set. I love Fawn. If you follow my channel, you know that I really like this brand. And I just think the images are so sweet, and this one is perfect for my brother's birthday. So since I've decided to do a water scene, I've chosen some blue cardstock. Actually, this is for the sky color, and that's from this larger pack. I had an old haul video. This is just from Michael's, and it was a really good buy for these. And it comes in a lot of really nice colors. You can tell I really like the blue one because I'm getting low on that one. And I think that this color looks really great with a really dark navy blue sea below, and this is just a really dark navy cardstock which almost looks black on camera, and I'm going to be using these scrap pieces. And also you'll see me using today my scallop scissors. I just used the scallop pattern backwards to make it look like waves, and I would like to at some point get a die for the waves, but these work really well. I also have a piece of the 80-pound Nina Solar White cardstock, my Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and just a stamping block for today because I'm not doing stamping directly onto my card. I'm just going to stamp a couple images to color up. And for coloring today, you will see me using my Zig Clean Color Real Brush Markers, and I have the 24 pack. So on my stamp block I actually put both stamps that I'm going to color. So I've got the Kraken and the sailboat, and I'm just going to ink that up with my ink and go ahead and stamp that on my Nina Solar White cardstock. And there we have those really cute little images. I really do like the little smile in this guy. And to clean off my stamps, I've still been loving my stamp chamois, but I don't want to bother always running to rehydrate it. So what I've been doing is just keeping a little spray bottle in my craft room, and then whenever I need to clean my stamps, I just do a little spray in an area, and then I can take my stamps and then just dab them right onto the block in that hydrated area, and then they come completely clean. So to color in my Kraken, the first thing I did was just a bit of shading, and I'm using the color 060 Brown to do a little bit of shading there. I'm going to make the Kraken red, so now I'm going to go in and cover the entire image in a layer of the Carmine Red, which is 022. There we have that nice bright red over top. It layered really well, so I didn't want to be too fussy and do too many colors because I'm not using a watercolor paper, so I just had that brown underneath to give those shadows where I want to have the darkness. Now I'm going to go in with that same brown that I used for shading to color in the back of the little boat here. And now with the color 72 Beige, I'm going to go in over top of the entire thing to color the front of that boat. And then it'll give it that little shadow in the back. And then finally on the little sails, I use the color 71 Flesh. So I'm just letting my little images dry before I fussy cut them out. And I went ahead and cut out the water pieces here with my scallop scissors. So now I'm just fussy cutting out my images. And then just to clean up the edges, I'm going to go around the images with my Zig Black pen. Now there is still that little white part in the middle of the boat. I am going to color that in, but it depends on where I place it on the card, what color I'm going to color it, so I'm going to wait until the end. So I kind of have a sense of my layout here, and I'm going to go ahead and cut out some, I want to do clouds up in the sky, and then I want to do the sentiment, what's cracking down here, but I'm going to do some embossing. So I'm just lining up my sentiment, what's cracking, where I'd like to have it. I'm going to go ahead and pick that up on my stamp block, and I want to prep the surface. So I have a little powder bag just to prep this so that when I emboss it, I don't have any fingerprints everywhere. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my stamping with some pigment ink. So I've got this white Yeti pigment ink, and I'm going to do my embossing in silver today. So I stamped out what's cracking, and now I'm just covering the image or the lettering in silver embossing paste. And this one is the one from Recollections. And so now it's covered in that embossing powder, and I'm going to go ahead and heat set it. So I really like how that turned out with the silver. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is actually kind of repeat that silver in the sky with my clouds, because I have this new set that I just picked up from the greeting farm that has a really cute cloud in it. And I also got the matching die. So I'm going to go ahead and do a couple clouds in the same method with the Yeti ink and then the silver embossing over top. So I just stamped out 4 of the clouds. So there they are, all embossed and ready to go, and I'm going to actually die cut these ones out. And if I forgot to mention, it's the Your Wings stamp set, and I recently picked this one up. I will link that haul below if you'd like to see it. So I'm just going to go ahead and run this through my Cuttlebug 4 times so I get those 4 clouds. I think those turned out super cute, and I love the silver on them. So I'm just going to take my marker 030 blue and fill in the boat. I'm also going to start assembling. I normally would do some dimension with my cards, but because I'm sending this one in the mail, I don't want to have too much dimension, and I think I'll be using mostly just glue tape to attach everything. So there's the background down. It's just all down with glue tape, and I decided just to use 3 clouds because 4 was too many. Then for my Kraken and my little boat, I'm going to go ahead and use my multi-medium mat because I want to make sure they stay down really, really snug on the card. And I'm just going to let that dry with a block on top because of all the little tentacles. Now I also want to stamp a sentiment on the inside of the card, and I'm going to use some really pale blue cardstock. It's just a scrap I had in my basket, and I want to stamp out the Have an Unbelievable Birthday. And I'm going to use the embossing powder one more time for the word unbelievable to make it that nice silver on the inside. So again, just stamped with the Yeti ink, and then that's just with the embossing powder on top, and I'm going to go ahead and heat set that. And then I'm going to use my Memento Tuxedo Black to do the Have An and Birthday. And there's it all stamped out. I also just added a little dot of clear glaze to both of the eyes of the Kraken. And then I just used my glue tape to put that right on the inside of the card. And then to coordinate the color scheme to the outside of the card, I'm taking a scrap of red cardstock, and I'm going to use my Martha Stewart birthday punch, and I'm going to do a few balloons for the inside. I liked the look of 4, so I went with 4, and there is the finished inside of the card, and then there is the outside. So that is my final card for the day. So again, we've got the little Kraken on the outside with a silver embossing, and then when we flip to the inside, you've got your birthday message. So I hope you enjoyed this card, and I hope you have a great day.